Hello everyone and welcome back to RIZE Racing League. We are with our Division 2 drivers here in Silverstone. As you can see, we have started our qualifying session in Q1. All drivers in the pits at the moment as we wait for drivers to make their way out onto track. Let's give ourselves a bit of a reminder of where we stand in the Division 2 season. In terms of the standings, McLaren take top spot, 173 points, but Williams are just behind with 169 points. Ferrari trail in third place with 137 points, and they are under pressure from Red Bull, who are just 3 points behind with 134 points. It's looking tight in the constructor standings. In terms of the driver standings, we have a couple of really exciting battles happening. We have Kaz 420, the AlphaTauri driver, who is tied for the top spot with Hans in the Williams. Hans unfortunately is not making this session, so Kaz 420 can absolutely maximize this opportunity, score as many points as he can and extend that lead. R8 Storms third with 84 points, and Vinny Cousin just behind with 72 points. Mecha 84, Hans teammate in Williams, has 70 points, so just 2 points behind the Ferrari driver. And then 2 points behind Mecha is Dirty Chewbacca in the Red Bull with 68 points, and the Mimbian Boy, the other Ferrari driver, with 65 points, just a couple points behind that Red Bull driver. So there is a number of battles going on and plenty to look forward to as we make our way into round 8 of the Division 2 season. We're on board with Drowsy Brawler, who is reserved today for Alfa Romeo. He is looking to start the first flying lap of the session. Let's ride on board as he starts it down the Hamilton Straight into turn 1. makes his way to the Wellington Straight DRS Open. And into Brooklands. It's always a hard section to get right here, but he is managing it quite nicely. Tail end just kicked off a wee bit there, but he is keeping that Alfa Romeo under nice control so far. Had to lift a little bit going into Copse as he makes his way into Sector 2, going through Maggots and Beckett's. Through Chapel, going a bit wide on their grass there. That's going to cost him a bit of time as he opens DRS onto the Hanger Straight. Through Stowe. So far it's been a fairly clean lap, just apart from that little section in Sector 2 as he went through Chapel. And he's got his first time on the board. It's a 129.9. Let's see what some of the other drivers can get on the board. Looks like Kaz 420 is coming round and he beats that time. It's a 128.2. RIZE Brawler will need to go again if he wants to contend for that top spot in Q1. Zombie looks like he's invalidated his lap. His teammate Tom Tarka did post the time, but it is a 133.7, and you can see that is quite a bit off the pace from the top spot, Kaz 420, with a 128.2. So I dare say that Alpine will need to go again if he wants to secure time on the board. Tommy Ladd is starting a flying lap here. You can see the Ferrari driver bombing it through Sector 1. He makes his way towards Wellington Straight again, DRS Open. And into Brooklands. Really slowing down there. And you can see RIZE Brawler has went again and he has put himself just above Kaz 420. Really very close between those two drivers. But RIZE takes the top spot for now. Through Copse, lifts a little bit. We make our way through Maggots and Beckett's. You can see he is just twitching a little bit. But he keeps it very nice as he makes his way through Chapel on the Hanger Straight. Through Sector 3 goes, just the final couple corners. Tommy Ladd with a 129.5, just above his teammate Namibian Boy. As we ride on board with Count Dooku, who is setting a fastest lap. He does have a bit of traffic ahead of him. The Haas of SYM. Will he make way for the Red Bull driver right behind him? He does. Tommy Ladd's out of the way as well, down the Wellington Straight and into Brooklands. Keeping a lot of pace through those corners. It's always hard to do, but he is doing it well. He's heading towards Copse. I'm sure he'll be happy that there's not a Mercedes on the inside of him. And it's invalidated lap time. He'll need to go again. He wants to get a lap time on the board. His teammate Dirty Chewbacca also has an invalidated time and is heading into the pits. With just 9.5 seconds left, he will have time to go again, try and get a time on the board. And it looks like Count Dooku is just gonna go straight again. He does have plenty of ERS charged up, 86%. DRS on the Wellington straight. Bit wide there, hits the apex of that corner quite nicely. So far so good for the Red Bull driver. With Cops, you can see he's just had the lift there. He took that corner a bit wide. You can see it looks like he's struggling a little bit with that Maggots and Beckett's. Really high speed corners. It's hard to get right without lifting. Makes his way through sector 3. Reveal. Back onto the Hamilton straight. What time can he get on the board? It is a 1:30.3. That puts him just above Namibian Boy in a Ferrari sandwich right now. Let's go on board with Knight Apex in the Aston Martin. It's going to be his first race as a Division 2 driver here in RIZE Racing League. What sort of time can he get on the board? Through Maggots, Beckett's. You can see a lot of drivers seem to be struggling with those corners. They are really tricky to get right. Down the hanger straight. Took that quite nicely there. His teammate Ross Wales is up in 5th. Can he get anywhere near his teammate? Let's find out. It's a 1:30.8. Good enough for 10th place at the moment. We have a number of drivers who are still left to do a lap, so he may very well be at risk, and AMG Speeds does spin out there. Let's the Aston Martin past. And it seems like, oh, it spins out again. So we go on board with SYM. Post a 1:30.9. Again, it's good enough for 12th place, just below Knight Apex. Whenever we have these other drivers coming through setting times, he may need to go again. Dirty Chewbacca with another invalidated lap, and we'll need to go again. But he is running out of time and is putting a bit of pressure on himself. Go on board with the XT Viper in the Mercedes as he makes his way through sector 2. Through Cops. He did not lift through Cops. I think he's the first driver that we have seen in this session not to lift through Cops. Goes a bit wide there through Beckett's and onto the hanger straight. What time is it going to be on the board for the Mercedes driver? It's a 1:30.9, just good enough for 13th place at the moment, just above SYM. Does look like he's going for another flying lap straight away. Let's see if he can make up any time as he makes his way onto the Wellington Straight. Into Brooklands, and you can see he's shaved 0.3 seconds off his time so far. Just needs to keep that up for the next 2 sectors. Three cops. Will he lift? He does lift a little bit there, and his lap time is invalidated. It just goes a bit wide. He'll need to go again, but there is just 3 minutes left on the clock, and I'm not sure if he'll need to go into the pits before he goes again. Go on board with Dirty Chewbacca. Just posted a lap time of 1:28.7. That's a great lap to get him up into 4th place, and I dare say secured into Q2, which is really positive for the Red Bull driver. His teammate at the minute in the pits, Count Dooku, in 12th at the moment, will be safe, but we will have other drivers out there looking to improve on their lap times. Uncanny Ant currently has an invalidated lap time. Looks like he's going to restart another lap. Could be the last lap that he gets completed in this session. We'll find out. Through Abbey. A little bit wide through that corner. Back on the par. Onto the Wellington Straight. The RS Open, you can see he has shaved quite a significant amount of time off his lap. Will he continue to shave time off the lap as we make his way through Sector 2 and 3? And at the moment he has shaved 16 seconds off his time. Looks like he's actually gone for the fastest Sector 2 time. Really positive there. Into Sector 3, what time is he going to get on the board? It's good enough for 13th. 1:29.8. As it stands. Oh, he spins. He spins. Oh, contact with the barrier. It's lucky that wasn't a DNF. As it stands, he will make it through to Q2. We do have a few other drivers who are looking to squeeze into Q2 as well. AMG Speeds is one of them. Does have an invalidated lap currently, and there is 44 seconds left on the clock. Will he be able to get through finish line to start another flying lap on time? Let's find out. He is running out of precious time. It's a race against the clock for AMG Speeds. Just 16 seconds left on the clock. I think he'll make it, but just about make it. He will. 5, 4, 3, and he starts. Unbelievable from AMG Speeds. But it does look like his is invalidated, which means he will not get to set a lap time in this session. SYM in the Haas, however, will. as he makes his way through Sector 1 onto the Wellington Straight. DRS open for the Haas driver, currently in 17th place and currently will not make it through. He's just shaved 0.5 seconds off his time. Can he continue that momentum and secure himself a place in Q2 alongside his teammate, who has posted a lap time good enough for 7th? See the Haas driver making his way through Cops as we head towards Maggots and Beckett's. So far so good for the Haas driver. Shaved 1.4 seconds off his time. As it stands, he very well could progress through the Q2 if he keeps this momentum up. Just the final few corners to go. Done so well under so much pressure. And he absolutely smashes it out of the park. SYM up to 11th. And we'll see himself progress through to Q2. That means we do lose AMG Speeds, Tom Tarka in the Alpine, DXT Viper in the Mercedes. That's all from us here in Q1. Stick with us as we progress through the Q2 and continue our qualifying sessions. And we are back in Q2 here in Silverstone. Drivers that we have with us, we have both Aston Martins making an appearance, Ross Wales and Knight Apex, both Red Bulls, Count Dooku and Dirty Chewbacca, both Haas drivers, SYM and Acerp. We have the one Mercedes, I the best don't mess, as DXT Viper unfortunately just narrowly misses out. We have both Ferrari drivers, Tommy Ladd and Namibian Boy, both Alfa Romeos of Drowsy Brawler and Uncanny Ant. We do have the Alpine of iZombie, the AlphaTauri of Cas 420 and the McLaren of R8 Storms. And you can see it looks like the Alfa Romeo of Drowsy Brawler is the first out on track. And we know in Q2 tyre choice is a hot topic. The tyre that you set your fastest lap on in this session will be the tyre that you start the race on, and you can see from the tyre choices on the left hand side there we do have a couple of drivers opting for the medium tyres. Drowsy Brawler being in one, Tommy Ladd in the Ferrari being another, and then Ross Wales and R8 Storms also opting for the medium tyres. Strategy is a big thing when it comes to Formula 1, so it'll be interesting to see how the different strategies fare during the race. Is the medium tyre the best starting tyre, or will the drivers opting for the soft tyre come out better? Charlie Brawler was the first driver to set a lap time in Q1. And as we start our Q2 session, he looks to be the first driver to set a lap time, and he comes through there and it's just invalidated on the first corner. Commentator's curse. He will have to go again if he wants to set a lap time in this session. Let's ride on board with Count Dooku, the second driver, to cross the line and look to start to post flying lap. He has opted for the soft tyres, unlike Drowsy, who opted for the medium tyres. And because the tyre that you start your fastest lap on, or set your fastest lap on, is going to be the tyre that you start with, you want to be able to post your lap time as quickly as possible without having to, complete multiple laps, because the more laps that you complete, the higher your tyre degradation is going to be, which means that you're going to start on tyres that are a bit more worn out in comparison to your competitors, which definitely puts you at a disadvantage. So if you can get out there and post a cracking lap and get it done first time, that is massively going to help. Let's see what Count Dooku can do here. He is opting for the soft tyres. That is the faster tyre choice out of the mediums or the softs. So he should be at an advantage in comparison to those drivers opting for the medium tyres. Let's see what time he puts on the board as he makes his way through the final corner and back onto the Hamilton straight. It's a 1:29.6. That's what the other drivers are going to be opting for. Let's see what his teammate can post. His teammate does have an invalidated lap, so he will need to go again. And it looks like he is going again. Namibian boy comes through with a 1:29.8. And Ross Wheels on the medium tyres. First driver to post a lap on the medium tyres, a 1:30.4. You can see the teammate of Namibian boy, Tommy Ladd, on the medium tyres, just above Ross, who is also on the medium tyres, a 1:30.3. SYM coming through on the soft tyres and posts the fastest lap time of the session so far. It's a 1:29.3 from the Haas driver, again on the soft tyres, not bad at all. I the best don't mess coming round that final corner. He just gets above the Haas driver. It's a 1:28.6. Very, very good lap time indeed. Drives Brawler comes in on the medium tyres, splits the Haas and the Mercedes, and Count Dooku comes round again, improves on his lap, put him in third. Drives Brawler, you can see he is absolutely leading in terms of those drivers who have opted for the medium tyres. A 1:28.7 is a very respectable time on those medium tyres. Knight Apex in the Aston Martin making his way through Sector 3. Just a few more corners left. What time can he get on the board? On the soft tyres as well. It's a 1:30 dead. That's good enough for 7th place. At any driver below 10th is at risk and will be eliminated from this session and will not progress through to the top 10 shootout. Acerp is starting his flying lap on the soft tires. His teammate also opting for the soft tires is in 6th place at the moment. Can Acerp get up near his teammate or potentially above? Let's see as he makes his way through the Wellington Straight. He's got DRS assisting him. He's got plenty of battery power as well. He sets the first purple, or he sets a purple sector 1. He needs to keep that momentum coming through sector 2 and sector 3. We're heading towards Cops. Will he lift or not? He left slightly. Go through Maggots and Beckett's. Very smooth through those corners. Onto the Hanger Straight. What time's it going to be for Acerp? It is a 1:29 dead on the soft tires. Not a bad time at all. Not a bad time at all. Hypnotic Butch in the Williams is going down the Hanger Straight. As we speak, he has posted the fastest sector 2 time as we make his way into sector 3. Cas 420 comes around with a scorcher 1:27.5 and just pips out of the best don't mess for that top spot as it stands on the soft tires. Hypnotic Butch also on the soft tires for the Williams, and he comes into second place, a 1:28.4. Cracking job from Hypnotic Butch. R8 Storms, the final driver on the medium tires, yet to post a lap time. R8 Storms coming through sector 2 into sector 3. Down the Hanger Straight he goes with DRS assistance. You can see brakes are roaring red. He is putting them through his paces. And final corner he goes. It is a 1:29.6. Just on the cusp of making it through. Oh, he spins out there onto the gravel. And lets that car pass quite nicely. He does have a bit of traffic behind him. Moves out of the way to let it past. Dirty Chewbacca yet to post a lap time and has invalidated the current lap that he is on. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. He is putting himself under pressure again to get through. Uncanny Ant up 20 seconds on his best time, so it looks like he did have a bit of a moment there spinning out. Still at risk. Ross Wheels also at risk, but you can see he has shaved off some time off sector 1 time as he makes his way through sector 2. He will need a good lap to secure himself a place in Q3. Goes through Maggots and Beckett's. Onto the hanger straight. DRS open. He has shaved a bit of time off, but it is not enough to make a lot of impact. He needs to gain a bit more time through Sector 3 here if he really wants to secure himself a place in Q3. Can he do it, or will he need to go again? And he does it, but he is still very much at risk. P10 for Ross Wales as it stands with just 2 minutes left on the clock. Does look like he's going again straight away off the bat, with just 20% ERS. Not a lot of battery power there to help him, but as we explained, he is still very much at risk with a couple of other drivers looking to improve. It looks like he has shaved another 0.1 seconds off his time through Sector 1 as he makes his way through Sector 2, going wide there. Back on the power as he makes his way through the cops. Just see how fast that car is going. Just gets it a little bit wrong there through Maggots and Beckett's and needs to kind of readjust himself there. You can see that has cost him time, and he is not now improving on his previous lap time. You can see we also have a couple other drivers who have came in and improved their time. That's knocked Ross right down to P12, and as it stands he will be eliminated. He is making his way into the pits at the moment, and there's not a lot of time left on the clock, so we may not see the Aston Martin Ross Wales in Q3. Equally, Tommy Ladd working his way through Sector 3, invalidated lap time. He's looking to go again with just 40 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be his final lap. It's going to be a last minute ditch for Tommy Ladd in the Ferrari, currently 14th, and has an opportunity to get himself into Q3 in the top 10 shootout as he makes his way through Sector 1. Let's go on board as he goes through to the Wellington Straight. He's got DRS supporting him. He's got plenty of juice in the battery. He's shaved 0.2 seconds off his time as he makes his way into Sector 2, keeping the pace and the momentum in that Ferrari. Manages it really nicely, making his way through cops now. Keeps a good amount of power through that corner, such a high speed corner. As Christian Horner explained, it is the fastest corner on the circuit in F1. He's now shaved 0.4 seconds off his time. It is looking good for the Ferrari driver. He just needs to shave a bit more time off in this sector. Can he do it? You can see he's absolutely working those brakes through the corners. And it is good enough for 8th place. That looks like it has secured him a place just below his teammate P8. And as it stands, he will progress through to Q3. Knight Apex, currently on a flying lap. He is up 0.2 seconds on his previous time. He hasn't saved any time. Will he save any time through Sector 3? He needs to if he wants to be in Q3. If he doesn't, we may see both Aston Martin drivers not progressing through to the top 10 shootout. And he does not improve on his time, and as I said, both Aston Martins are eliminated in Q2. And that's all from this session. Stick with us as we progress through to the top 10 shootout. It's going to be a good one. Sorry for that delay there. We are back with our final qualifying session of the day. It is Q3 here in Silverstone. A bit of a recap of what drivers we have joining us. We have the Williams of Hypnotic Butch, the Mercedes of I the Best Don't Mess. We have both Ferraris making an appearance, Tommy Ladd and the Namibia boy. The Alfa Romeo of RIZE Brawler, who has been putting in some great lap times and being very consistent across all of the qualifying sessions today. We also have Dirty Chewbacca in the Red Bull, Acerp in the Haas, the Alpine of iZombie, the AlphaTauri of Cas 420, who again has absolutely been banging laps out of the park. Really on form, not just today but throughout the whole season so far. He is definitely one to keep an eye on, a real contender for the Drivers' Championship in the end. And finally, R8 Storms, who put up a good fight to get himself into Q3. Let's go on board with RIZE Brawler. He's been the first driver out in all 3 sessions. He is the first driver out here in our top 10 shootout. He is going to look to set the first flying lap of the session. That is going to be the lap that every driver is going to be pushing towards. It's going to be provisional pole, and every other driver is going to want to improve on that time and get that top spot. But let's see what RIZE Brawler can do as he makes his way towards the finish line to start. RIZE Brawler makes a start on his first flying lap of the session as he makes his way through sector 1. Going to want to maximise and get out of that and really just nailing the apex of all of these corners. As he makes his way down the Wellington Straight, he's got DRS, he's got ERS. He is pushing the car to the limit right now as he makes his way into sector 2. Really close to exceeding track limits there, but he does well to keep the car within the bounds. Through cops he goes, lifts just slightly, back on the par really quickly. And into sector 3 he goes, hanger straight, another DRS zone. Really strong lap here from RIZE Brawler. He's very much a contender for pole position here today. And it's a 1:28 dead. It's the time that all the other drivers are going to be aiming for. Acerp is making his way around the final corner, but it's a 1:29 dead, a full second off Drowsy, and Nabumian Boy just goes above the Haas with a very similar time. It is looking tight here in this quali. You can see Dirty Chewbacca has an invalidated lap. Looks like he is going again. I the Best Don't Mess also has an invalidated lap. He's going to be going again. Go on board with iZombie. Does not have an invalidated lap yet as he makes his way around the final corners. What sort of time is it going to be for the Alpine driver? It is a 1:29.1. R8 Storms 1:29.3, and Cas 420 looks like he's coming around the corner here to start a flying lap, I believe. Although he is on the medium tires, I don't know if that is on purpose or not, but he will struggle for pole position on those medium tires if all the other drivers are on soft tires. go on board with Dirty Chewbacca. Previous attempt was invalidated. He's got another attempt here. He does have some traffic ahead of him. Acerp in the Haas. Is the Haas driver going to move out of the way? Does. The Red Bull slides right past there. What time is it going to be for the Red Bull driver? It is a 128.2, very, very close to RIZE Brawler in the Alfa Romeo. Let's go on board with I the Best Don't Mess, a 128.9, currently on the second row. R8 Storms does have an invalidated lap time at the moment. He's gonna go again. Hypnotic Butch making his way through Sector 2 and into Sector 3 as he makes his way down the hangar straight. In Sector 3 goes. Final couple corners. What time can the Williams driver post? It is good enough for pole position. It is a 127.9. RIZE Brawler not far behind that time at all, but a cracking time from the Williams driver, Hypnotic Butch. Well done. Tommy Ladd on his outlap, yet to post a lap time with 5 minutes left in the session. Has 420 making his way through Sector 2. Again, still on those medium tires. Not sure what the strategy is here. And he just gets that invalidated. Really unfortunate from the AlphaTauri driver. There is just 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Is he going to go into the pits and get a pair of soft tires if he has them? Or a set of soft tires if he has them? Or is he going to continue on those medium tires? It does look like he is going into the pits. Hopefully he goes for a set of softs. We have a number of drivers on their outlaps at the moment. RIZE Brawler just started a lap there. Or no, sorry, he hasn't. He's about to start a lap here. This is going to be his push for pole position. He is currently in P2. Really not far off Hypnotic Butch's time. Can he fight for pole position? Let's find out as he makes his way through Sector 1. And he is going on to the Wellington Straight. DRS open. And into Sector 2 he goes. He is marginally shaved some time off his previous time. It is not enough just yet. Claim that pole position, but he can still save time in Sector 2 and Sector 3. Let's see what he does as he makes his way towards Cops. He does slow down. Not sure what he's slowing down for there. And the Haas driver behind him also slows down. I wonder if he thinks that the Haas driver was getting a bit of a slipstream from him. The Haas driver of Acerp still wanting to stick closely behind the Alfa Romeo. Looks like RIZE Brawler is going to go again. Mimbian Boy with an invalidated lap time there. Currently in P6. And it looks like the Haas driver has overtaken Drowsy Brawler, and it looks like Drowsy Brawler has just overtaken back again. Let's go back on board with Drowsy as he starts another flying lap. Push for pole position. There is just 1 minute 30 left on the clock. I dare say this is going to be the last attempt from Drowsy, although actually that has been invalidated. He's letting a bit of traffic pass there, and looks like he'll need to go again. Let's go on board with Kaz 420. As you can see, he has swapped over to those soft tires. Yet to post a lap time on the board. Can he get pole position? He's looked strong all qualifying. It looks like Tommy Ladd has retired. Seems like he's retired in the pits. Ferrari driver did not get a chance to set a lap time there. Really, really unfortunate. Has 420 powering his way through with a purple sector 2 as he makes his way into sector 3. Not a lot of time left. If he wants to go again, he probably can go for a second run. With just 10 seconds left on the clock, he is about to cross the line. What time is it? It's a 1:27.9, almost identical times between him and Hypnotic Butch. He did have a chance to go again, but he's invalidated at the time. As it stands at the moment, Hypnotic Butch in the Williams is on provisional pole. Can anyone do anything about that? Drowsy currently in P3 on another flying lap. Can he improve on this lap time? This is going to be an intense finish to this qualifying session. There is nothing Hypnotic Butch can do now. He cannot improve on his current time. He just has to hope that Drowsy Brawler cannot beat his time. Drowsy Brawler is down on the time that he previously posted. He has shaved 0.1 seconds off it. If he continues that pace through Sector 2 and Sector 3, he very well could be on to a win here, or a provisional pole. Let's see, through Cops. Barely lets off there, carrying a lot of speed through that corner. Into Maggots and Beckett's. And onto the hanger straight. 0.2 seconds shaved off the time. As it stands, that could be good enough for pole position. Let's find out what he does through Sector 3. No traffic ahead. And Drowsy Brawler is on pole position here in Silverstone. What an absolutely fantastic end to this qualifying session. The Alfa Romeo driver will start in P1 with Hypnotic Butch in the Williams. In P2, Kaz 420. In P3, did have a bit of a challenge there with track limits. Really, really exciting end to that qualifying session. And that's it from me. Stick with us as we start our race here in Silverstone. we are back for our race here in Silverstone. You can see RIZE Brawler has led us away from the start as the drivers begin their formation lap. You can see the predicted pit stop strategy. It looks like a one stop for those drivers starting on the soft tires, soft to medium, or potentially soft to hard if they want to make those tires last a bit longer. Majority of our drivers are opting for the soft tire. Only a couple of drivers on the medium tires. That is Ross Wheels in the Aston Martin starting P14, DXT Viper also for the medium tires for Mercedes, and AMG Speeds in the McLaren starting P18. RIZE Brawler in P1, Hypnotic Butch also starting on the front row with him in the Williams. Kaz 420 is going to be putting pressure on these guys from the second row. He has got a lot of pace. He's going to want to try and get as many points as he can. As we mentioned, his rival in the league at the moment has been unable to make this race, so this is his opportunity to maximise the amount of points that he can get in this race. You can see the drivers all weaving from side to side, trying to warm those tyres up so that they can get the best possible start away from the grid. As RIZE Brawler makes his way back to his grid place. Last driver on the grid, Boscombe Boy, is making his way through the final few corners. You can see all the drivers waiting, ready to go. Looks like we're ready to get started here. We want 5 green lights or red lights. And it's lights out. It's lights out and away we go. RIZE Brawler has got off quite nicely there. Looks like he leads into turn 1. There is carnage already, plenty of drivers going wide there. And we have a yellow flag. Oh, drivers spinning off. Carnage absolutely everywhere. It's just absolute carnage here. You can see DXT Viper has made up 7 places already. R8 Storms dropped 5. A-Surf dropped 2. Namibian Boy is the worst loser out of all the drivers here. Has dropped 11 places. Really unfortunate there. Not sure entirely what happened. You could just see so many cars trying to squeeze through those corners. Unbelievable. RIZE Brawler does keep first place but is under pressure from Hypnotic Butch. Both drivers go wide through cops as they make their way through Maggots and Beckett's. Hypnotic Butch keeping close to the back end of RIZE Brawler in the Alfa Romeo. Can he make a move as he gets a bit of slipstream down the hangar straight? We do have a yellow flag for no reason there. A couple of yellow flags everywhere. Not sure what's going on. This Hypnotic Butch is getting closer to RIZE Brawler. Just 0.5 seconds off. And Kaz at the moment 0.9 seconds off Hypnotic Butch. He's close, but he is not that close. So it's almost as if he's keeping the distance. He's going to let those two guys fight it out, and when he sees his opportunity, he's going to take it and he's going to go. Looks like we do have a McLaren off. It is the McLaren of R8 Storms. Not sure exactly what has happened there. As he rejoins on the Wellington Straight, does have a Ferrari coming up behind him there. Namibian Boy. but he will keep 12th place for now. He has dropped 7 places. Really, really unfortunate. They're not entirely sure what has gone on. We go back on board with Hypnotic Boots, keeping it nice and clean through those corners. He has set a fastest sector 2, as he is just 0.3 seconds off Drowsy Brawler. He is absolutely gaining, keeping it really clean through those corners. Drowsy does create a bit of a gap there. The drivers will have DRS on this lap. Let's see if Hypnotic Boots can make a move on this lap. Plenty of opportunities for overtaking here in Silverstone. And he is close enough. He's using his ERS. He's got DRS to support him there. Drowsy moves. Hypnotic Boots gets the move done. Drowsy is looking to fight back, but as it stands, Hypnotic Boots does get the move done on Drowsy Brawler. Night Apex is putting a bit of pressure on the Ferrari of Tommy Ladd. And SYM in the Haas gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Through cops we go. Night Apex 0.2 seconds off Tommy Ladd. If he can keep this gap up through Maggots and Beckett's, he will get the DRS advantage on the Hanger Straight. And it looks like he does. On the inside off the Ferrari. Gets the move done. And he is up into 9th place. Good start from Night Apex. You can see Drowsy Brawler still fighting with Hypnotic Boots. These drivers are going to go on to the Wellington Straight here soon and will get DRS for support. Looks like there was a bit of contact there between Kaz and Drowsy. Drowsy not close enough to get a move done on Hypnotic just yet. All the drivers have started to spread out a little bit. Uncanny Ant is close behind Ross Wheels, just 0.7 seconds off as they make their way towards the Hamilton Straight. A little bit of late braking there from the Alfa Romeo driver, and Ross creates a bit of a gap. Goes a bit wide on Uncanny Ant. Drowsy's still within DRS range. Looks like we do have a driver off there. There is a yellow flag. I think it was Uncanny Ant who's went off. Looks like he's been able to rejoin again. iZombie still 0.8 seconds off Count Dooku. Red Bull currently 4th and 5th. Really, really nice result for those guys so far. We are just 5 laps in. Plenty of opportunity for that to change. iZombie will get DRS through the Wellington Straight here. You can see DRS is open for the Alpine driver. He is gaining on the Red Bull. Goes for a move on the outside. And he gets above Red Bull driver. And Dooku still just right behind the Alpine. He's going to want to put pressure. And he does. They're going through cops. Is it going to be a Max Verstappen move here? He is better than Max Verstappen. He makes his way through cops without causing a collision. How about that? Get this guy in an F1 seat as quickly as possible. And he regains 5th place. iZombie back on the chase again. DRS This is a lovely battle between these two drivers. And the Alpine regains 5th place for now. Looks like we have a yellow flag. Not sure what for exactly. AMG speeds quite a bit off the next driver. CAS 420 as it stands is still behind Drowsy Brawler. Hypnotic Butch continues to lead the race. Oh, CAS has a bit of a moment there, does a fantastic job to not make that into anything worse than what it was. That could have ended really badly for CAS, and he can't afford to lose any points at this stage. Does drop back a good wee bit from Drowsy Brawler, but he can still regain the time lost. Does look like we do have a car that is stopped on track. Is it Boscombe Boy? It is not. There is a Ferrari. Yes, Namimbian Boy rejoining the track again. Currently down in 16th. Down 8 places from where he started. I the best don't mess in 17th. Down 10 places from where he started. He is catching up to Namimbian Boy. 0.6 seconds off. We will have DRS, Namimbian Boy, and Namimbian Boy on the medium tires. I the best don't mess on the hards. You can see the back end just giving in there a little bit, and the gap does increase quite significantly there. So even though I the best don't mess has DRS, I don't think he'll get the move done at this stage. Night Apex putting pressure on Acerp. He is up 6 places from where he started. Acerp up 3 places. Really good start for both of those drivers. They are coming up to the back marker of AMG Speeds. That is blue flags. AMG Speeds will need to move to the side, and this situation is not making it easy for Acerp. He is under pressure from Night Apex. Both drivers have DRS. Night Apex was thinking about the move, but said it was too risky and decided to wait for the next available opportunity. Plenty of drivers are getting penalties here. Let's just check to see what penalties we have. SYM, 19 seconds worth of penalties. Other drivers do have 3 seconds, apart from Ross Wales and Tom Tarker, who both have 5-second penalties. And tire choices, you can see the majority of our drivers started on the softs. Uncanny Ant has retired from the session. It is our first retirement through Sector 1. Looks like he's just gone off on his own. Really, really unfortunate from the Alfa Romeo driver. As I said, most of our drivers who opted for the soft tires are still on the soft tires. They will be looking to pit soon. Will we have a couple of drivers who will go for the undercut, and will that actually be advantageous or not? We do have a couple of drivers who had to pit early, and they are on respectively medium and soft tires. For the guys who are on the medium tires, they will need to most likely pit again. For the ones that are on the hards, they may try to go long, but they're really going to have to cuddle those tires quite nicely. Still on board with Night Apex in the Aston Martin as we go towards the Wellington Straight. We'll get DRS again. May be just a bit too far back, but he is gaining quite quickly on Acerp. Acerp moves over to defend. Night Apex still putting immense pressure on that Haas driver, but just can't get the move done just yet. Drowsy Brawler still putting a lot of pressure on Hypnotic Butch, but just can't get the move done. He does have DRS. He is gaining. Oh, he's so close. He just needed a couple more meters to get that move done. CAS 420 has dropped down quite a wee bit there. There's a 3-second gap between him and Drowsy Brawler now. Hopefully he can get back in that fight again, as Night Apex side by side with the Haas driver. Oh, there's contact there. Haas driver spins out, and Night Apex luckily does not seem to have had any damage as a result of that incident. The XT Viper on the medium tires is coming up close to Night Apex. Medium tires, both drivers on 8 lap old tires, although the medium tires will be feeling a bit fresher than those softs, which probably are due a change anytime now. The XT Viper in the Mercedes has DRS, but it's not close enough for a move just yet. Ross Wheels is gaining on R8 Storms in the McLaren. And loses out to a place there from my zombie. Seems like he's struggling a bit with grip there on the back end. Not sure if it's setup related or if he's got damage or his tires aren't giving him what he needs there, but he does look to be losing a bit of time there, and as a result, a zombie gets the move. The XT Viper, very, very close to Night Apex. 0.5 seconds separate them. As it stands, we're 10 laps into our race and we have just had one DNF so far. Really, really successful start to the race. No safety car, no virtual safety car just yet. Looks like there is a bit of a gap forming between DXT Viper and Night Apex. DXT Viper will get DRS, but I dare say he is not close enough to get a move done, and you can see that appears to be the case. Drowsy Brawler keeping up with Hypnotic Butch through Maggots and Beckett's. As we go back onto the hanger straight, Drowsy Brawler gets DRS. Hypnotic Butch is without. You can see he is gaining very, very rapidly there, side by side. And Drowsy Brawler what a move from Hypnotic Butch, who gets the overtake done and then goes into the pits. Hypnotic Butch has opted for the undercut. That has left Drowsy Brawler vulnerable. Cas 420 also jumping into the pits as well. All the front runners opting to go into the pits. Drowsy Brawler will have to go another lap without the freshness of tyres. He will need to push as hard as he can on this lap if he is going to pit on the next lap to try and keep the points there. You can see, I think it was Namibian Boy who had spun out there. Hypnotic Butch does come out behind Night Apex and DXT Viper. This could cost him crucial time as Drowsy Brawler has free air and is pushing as hard as he can. Hypnotic Butch does not need to be behind two cars who are fighting each other right now. Boss Convoy gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane as he goes in for his pit stop. This is absolutely not what the Williams driver needed. As Drowsy Brawler, is he going to go into the pits? He is going into the pits. This is going to be really exciting. Will he come out ahead of Hypnotic Butch or not? Has the undercut paid off, or has Hypnotic Butch put himself in a bit of a vulnerable position here? You can see he's got the move on one driver. He's got the move on the next driver. This is great news for Hypnotic Butch, but is it too little too late? Drowsy Brawler is leaving, or going into the pits. He's stopping, changing tyres. Hypnotic Butch does have a couple corners left to go. Drowsy Brawler is making his way towards the pit exit as Hypnotic Butch comes through the Hamilton straight. Drowsy Brawler gets to put his foot on the gas. Hypnotic Butch does get the move on Drowsy Brawler, and Drowsy Brawler comes out with over 2 seconds of a gap between him and Hypnotic Boots. Thankfully, the undercut has paid off for Hypnotic Boots. He extends his gap to Drowsy Brawler, and Drowsy Brawler is now under pressure from Kaz420, who now just has a 1.3 second gap to the Alfa Romeo. It's turned out to be such a fascinating race. Ross Wheels just behind. iZombie 0.6 seconds behind. Namibian boy looking to get a move done on Meke. Tight racing between these two drivers. Meke goes a bit wide there. Well, actually, it's Boscombe boy he appears to be fighting. Ferrari putting pressure on Williams. Side by side. This is going to be tight. Oh, there's contact! Both drivers did not want to give an inch. Both drivers were side by side. No one let up there. And as a result, you can see they're both spun out onto the gravel. Can't believe there wasn't a DNF there. Both drivers will live to fight another day. But I wonder if they have sustained damage or not. I would be shocked if they haven't sustained damage as part of that. Boscombe boy in 17th place. Kaz420 overtaking DXT Viper. Looks like we have yellow flags out. Not sure what for, however. Tom Tarka and Alpine gets a move on the Namibian boy who spun out on the previous lap there. And AMG Speeds looks like he is up into first. I think that might be glitch, however. Oh, actually, maybe not. It looks like he hasn't actually stopped. I do think that might be a glitch, I think. I'm pretty sure Hypnotic Boots continues to lead the race. Kaz420 is gaining on Drowsy Brawler. He is not close enough for DRS just yet. Don't think he will get it. No DRS just yet, but he is gaining. There's less than a second between him and the Alfa Romeo. Okay, maybe AMG Speeds is first now because that looks about right. 4.9 seconds between Hypnotic Boots and AMG Speeds. Yet to pit, however. Kaz420 really starting to put some pressure on Drowsy Brawler. He will get DRS on the hanger straight. It's a bit too far away to get a move done at this stage. Oh, he's going on the grass. Really lucky that he didn't spin out there. Knight Apex 0.3 seconds off R8 Storms. He is getting close through Maggots and Beckett's. He goes right on the back end of that McLaren and he will get DRS down the hanger straight. Will he get the move done? He's running out of ERS power, but he is gaining. He goes for the outside. And it looks like a switcheroo there. Oh, he just can't get it done just yet, but he is putting that McLaren under immense pressure. Great drive from Night Apex so far, who is up 3 places. Has 420, 0.9 second gap between him and RIZE Brawler. AMG Speeds was one of the drivers who opted for a medium tire start. I dare say it may be paying off for him. 14 laps in, still on the medium tires. It seems like he's going for an overcut. He is going long on those tires. And this could absolutely pay off for him in terms of strategy, making this a one-stop race. Drivers all who have already stopped once. The only other driver yet to stop is DXT Viper and AMG Speeds. DXT Viper speeding in the pits. Looks like he has just came in for his pit stop. Kaz 420 and RIZE Brawler. The battle continues onto the Wellington Straight again. DRS for Kaz 420. RIZE Brawler moves to break the toe. Kaz is gaining, but he's again still not close enough to get a move done. Night Apex still close to R8 Storms. DXT Viper coming out of the pits. He really needs to get ahead of DXT Viper to keep that fight going, and he does. DXT Viper side by side with the Aston Martin on fresh soft tires versus old hards. Who has DRS? Both drivers have DRS. Night Apex side by side with the Mercedes. What an unbelievable overtake there from the Aston Martin. But the Mercedes tries to go for the inside move there and gets spun out as a result. That really looks like the Mercedes' fault. He shouldn't have tried to go for a move there and should have been patient through the corners. Don't think Night Apex could have done anything about that from my view. You can see the gap between Hypnotic Butch and AMG Speeds is decreasing. It was previously 5 seconds, it's now down to 2.2 seconds, and that is really due to the fact that Hypnotic Butch is on a lot fresher tires than AMG Speeds is. Kaz 420 still putting pressure on RIZE Brawler, but still just not close enough yet to get anything done. Kaz 420 still on the back of RIZE Brawler as we make our way through Maggots and Beckets. He will get DRS again. Is he too far away to get an overtake done? Let's find out. He's gaining, but he's just not close enough. Really smooth through those corners there. It looks like AMG Speeds has opted to go into the pits. Finally, after that really long stint. How long did he last on those tires? 16 laps on those tires. He lasted very long. And he is opting for a set of soft tires. I imagine he's going to see those soft tires through to the end. Where will he come out? Kaz is gaining on RIZE Brawler. Tries to go for a move on the outside. Just can't get it done. RIZE does a great job of defending. AMG Speeds comes out just ahead of his teammate quite a bit away from him. So he's just behind Count Dooku in the Red Bull. He is up 12 places. That strategy has worked unbelievably for the McLaren of AMG Speeds. He is on fresh soft tyres versus Count Dooku, who is on 5-lap-old medium tyres. There's a real opportunity for AMG Speeds to do something good here. Back on board with Kaz 420. DRS really gaining on Drowsy Brawler, just absolutely putting him under immense pressure. He goes for the move. He goes for the move on the inside. Look at that. Kaz 420 leads Drowsy Brawler as we begin lap 19. There's still a 2.2 second gap to Hypnotic Butch. Will Drowsy Brawler be able to put up a fight back as we head back onto the Wellington Straight? Drowsy Brawler will get DRS. You can see he is gaining on Kaz 420. Looks like R8 Storms is going into the pits himself. Final driver yet to make a pit stop. And AMG Speeds does get the move on Count Dooku as well. That puts him up into P5, up 13 places from where he started. Unbelievable race from him so far. Drowsy Brawler gaining on Kaz 420. Kaz moves over to defend. Drowsy is trying to have a look on the outside, but Kaz is doing a great job at defending. Drowsy coming back on the inside. Kaz has the inside line on here. Drowsy goes quite a bit wide. Looks like he loses a bit of traction there. Not sure if there was a bit of contact, but Kaz does get ahead with quite a bit of a gap between him and Drowsy. That was a great battle between those two. And you can see all of our drivers have started to bunch out quite a bit. Dirty Chewbacca started 4th and is still in 4th position. His teammate Count Dooku up 5 places in 6th. Really quite a nice race for the Red Bulls, as looks like Boss Boy, I believe, or sorry, Tom Tarka spun out there. And we have 2 DNFs and 1 disqualification. Disqualification comes from SYM in the Haas. Just too many time penalties. Not sure what's happened. Really unfortunate race for him. Uncanny Ant has DNF'd, and the Moonbeam Boy DNF'd as well. Again, just had a real challenging start to his race, and it all just went downhill from there. Let's go on board with I the Best Don't Mess. Currently in 15th, looking for 14th. Gets a move on Meke, who takes to the grass. R8 Storms 0.6 seconds off Acerb on fresh soft tyres. Acerb on medium tyres that are 2 laps old. R8 Storms definitely on the better tyre choice here. Can he, in 5 laps, get an overtake on Acerb for that 10th place? Bigger question here is Hypnotic Butch going to win this race? There's 5 laps left. Kaz 420, 2.5 seconds off Hypnotic Butch, and Drowsy Brawler now 3 seconds off Kaz. Will these drivers be able to catch up to one another for another battle, or will we see a finish as is? You can see that Kaz and Drowsy also have penalties as well, so it looks like all of these drivers have 3-second penalties. So provided that stays as is, there won't be any changes to the finishing positions. And even if Kaz catches up to Hypnotic, if Hypnotic does not have a time penalty, Kaz will have to extend the lead by over 3 seconds, which in 5 laps time is quite a difficult thing to do there. Looks like Ariat Storms has got the overtake done on Acerp. He got that done very, very quickly, but you can tell those fresh soft tires are really, really working for the McLaren driver. Both McLaren drivers on a similar strategy there, but AMG Speeds just really made that strategy work for him with an unbelievable amount of positions gained, up 13 places from where he started. Night Apex also up 6 places on where he started. Very, very good result for him on his first race in Division 2 RIZE Racing League. iZombie 1.4 seconds off the Aston Martin driver. It looks like he has just got another 3-second penalty for track limits as he tries to catch up with Night Apex. You've seen he just had a bit of a moment there where he almost lost the car. Acerp catching up on R8 Storms again, 0.7 seconds off the McLaren driver. This is the closest battle we have at the moment as these drivers make their way towards the Wellington Straight. The Haas driver will get DRS. Oh, he loses the back end there. Unbelievable effort to keep the car on track and avoid spinning out, but he does lose a huge amount of time there. He still gets DRS, but there is now a 1.6 second gap between him and R8 Storms, and with the R8 Storms being on the fresher soft tires, it's going to be quite a challenge for Acerp to try and make back that time. Up in the front, Hypnotic Butch is just leading this race and just driving his own little race here. He does not seem under a huge amount of pressure. All he needs to do is just continue to focus on his race. He does not have a huge amount of pressure behind him. The next driver is 3.4 seconds behind him. All he needs to do is survive these next 3 laps. Tom Tarka spins out, loses his front wing in the process, hitting the barrier, and we've got a virtual safety car. There is debris on track as a result of that incident. Virtual safety car. All drivers need to respect the delta. Looks like we have a Acerp drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety conditions. Do we have any other drivers? No, we don't. It's just Acerp. iZombie now 0.3 seconds off the back of Night Apex. He is still putting that driver under pressure. Looks for a move on the inside, but the Aston Martin driver absolutely keeps that position for now. The iZombie is not giving up this fight just yet. There is 2 laps to go and he can still do something at this stage. Again, this is the closest battle we have on track at the moment. Can he get a move? We go towards the Wellington Straight yet again. DRS for the Alpine driver. What a battle this is between these 2 drivers. And he does get the move, but the Aston Martin driver is right on the back end of that Alpine. But the Alpine will lead for now. Night Apex now 0.6 seconds behind the Alpine. That gap is increasing, 1.1 seconds now. He did make it through the DRS zone, or detection zone, so he will get DRS at this stage, but the gap is too far to make a move on Night Apex at this stage. Hypnotic Butch, 2 laps to go, continues to lead the race with a 3-second gap. Fantastic job. Two laps to go. Can the Aston Martin driver reclaim his position from iZombie? He is a second off. Will he get DRS? I don't think so on this stage. He does not. Looks like the Ferrari off Tommy Lad has gone off there. He's trying to rejoin the track again in a safe manner. Drowsy Brawler is behind him. He makes way for him. You can see those tires look like they're really struggling. Ah, he goes back off. Contact with the barrier. Damage the front wing. But thankfully it's not a DNF for the Ferrari driver. With just 1 lap left to go. Night Apex now 1.3 seconds off iZombie. It's looking less and less likely like he will get an overtake done at this stage. Hypnotic Butch started second, currently P1. 3 seconds gap between him and the next driver. He has just got a few more corners left to go before he can call this a race win. What a fantastic race this has been from Hypnotic Butch, the only driver, as I was about to say, the only driver not to have a time penalty. Gets a 3-second time penalty, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't change his position. Drowsy Brawler does go up on Kaz 420. Kaz down into 3rd place. Dirty Chewbacca currently in 4th. Crosses the line 4th. AMG Speeds currently in 5th place. McLaren driver had a fantastic race. Crosses the line in 5th, up 13 places from where he started. Count Dooku 6th. iZombie. Crosses the line 7th. Night Apex does get promoted to 7th due to penalties. The XT Viper 9th, and R8 Storm skips the move on the XT Viper due to penalties. What an exciting race this has been in Silverstone. Thank you for joining us, and stick with us for our races for Division 1 and 2 next week as we go to Hungary. Should be another exciting race for both divisions.